Hey everyone, so I'm going to show you how to make flower number 18. So I have all of the pieces cut and I am doing, technically it's 4 layers and then the center. Okay, so we will get started. What you need is something to curl your petals with, a scissors, and a hot glue gun. And then obviously all your templates. So in my Word document, I will give you the measurements for the petals and the size of flower that these petals make. So then you can enlarge them or decrease in size to make whichever size of flower you want. And in there I will tell you how much to decrease each petal by depending on how big you want the flower. So that's in there. But okay, we'll just get started. So you first are going to take your petals, and I already prepped the other one, so I'm going to just show you on this first one. You're going to take your petals and you're going to cut about a 1 to 1.5 inch slit on all of your petals. Slightly decrease it as you get to the smaller petals. You can kind of see it's much smaller. Okay, and then I always curl the petals before I glue them. I just find it a lot easier. And this flower, I am going to curl one this side this way, okay? And then I'm going to flip it and curl it. So it's gonna be one of each. And then you can kind of see what this is gonna look like. Okay, so now you are gonna put a little glue here and just overlap it a little bit, just to make the petal crease just a little. And you're going to increase as the petals get smaller, how much you're gonna overlap, because that's going to make them stand up. Okay, so now you're gonna take your base, and I cut my base slightly bigger because I couldn't decide if I was gonna do a 5-layer or a 4-layer petal or flower. So I just decided to do this one, so it's slightly bigger. So you're gonna just go in a little bit more and go around, and I like to go about halfway between the cut and the edge. That's where I like to glue the next one. So you can kind of see how these are gonna lay out, okay? And if you want to make your flower a little bit wider, obviously you can just span them out a little bit more, like that. Okay, so maybe I'll do that just to show you how to get it a little bit wider with the 4 layers. So the first one, you're only gonna put glue on half of the first petal, okay? And there, I will show you in the end why that is. And then the next ones, you can put it all the way across. So I'm going to overlap these just a little bit less than what I said I was. Okay, now we're on to our last one. Now you can kind of see I left, well, it came out about right. So I left this side up, okay? And that is because on the last one, you're going to want to fit it underneath that petal to make them look identical, going all the way around, okay? If you don't, then this one will overlap that one and it will not be the same. So that's why you want to make sure you leave this up just slightly to help you with that. Okay, and then you can take this and you can glue it down. And there is your first layer of petals. Okay. So I have that down. Now as you go in, it's gonna get tighter and tighter. So I'm actually going to show you how to do the center. So as you bring your flower in, you can kind of gauge how tight you need it to be with the size of your center. So we'll just put this to the side, and I'm gonna show you how to do your centers really quick. So you are going to cut them one slightly smaller than the other. Okay, and you're gonna start on the smaller one. And these ones you're going to curl the same. Okay, so you're gonna go around, you're not gonna curl them opposite ways because it will just make it way too hard to curl it up. It wouldn't work. So you just wanna make sure you curl them the same way, not how we did where we went down this way and went that way. Okay, so now you have those curled, and now you're gonna take, it doesn't matter which one, but you're gonna try and curl one side in just slightly more than the other. And then you're gonna turn it around and you're gonna do the opposite side on the one across from it, okay? And it's gonna just make it a little bit easier to pull your flower in, so then they're a little bit tighter like that, okay? So as you pull those in, go like this, and then you are going to put glue on the sides of each one of these, okay? And then just pull them up. There you go. And just let that glue dry. And if you want, you can make the center slightly tighter, okay? You can kind of see that's a little bit loose. So if you want, you can curl, just make it slightly tighter. And maybe I will do that just because if you have such an open one, you'll be able to see down it. So like, I'm gonna show you basically how you can fix these things very easily. So I'm gonna just curl that one in a little bit more and put a little glue there so I can just tighten that one up just slightly, okay? And then you're gonna just glue this down again. And roll that in. So there, that's a lot tighter than it was before, okay? And then you're gonna put a little bit of glue right here so they stay shut. Okay, now you're gonna push in the corners just slightly. Whoop, not quite like that. Just slightly. I mean, it's not gonna show, so it doesn't really matter. But it's gonna make it easier to fit it on top of the other one without making the base too big, if that makes sense, okay? And I'll show you what I mean when you put it on there. So you're gonna do the exact same thing to this one. You're just gonna curl each one like this, all the way around. Okay, now you're gonna glue this into the middle of that one. Okay, so you see that I ended folding the last one over, so you're going to start by folding this one over this way. Can you see that? And then you'll continue around. And as you go, you're gonna make it slightly bigger and bigger. So you're just gonna loosen up how you glue those in there. Okay, so you start on this one. Okay. You're going to do the same to this size. So there is the center, can you see it? The center of your flower. And we're gonna set this aside, but I wanted to finish it so as you put your flower together, you can kind of gauge where you're gonna want it to stand up. It makes it a little bit easier. Okay, so I'm gonna just put that as, I'm gonna glue this a little bit more. It's kind of, okay, get the glue off of there. Okay, so now we're gonna go back